If you're tired of dealing with elbow pain, back pain, shoulder or hip tightness, and you've tried all the traditional things like physical therapy, strength work, and mobility, and you've seen no long-lasting results, this video is for you. My name's Connor Bedell, founder of Windy City Posture, and we work with high-level athletes, primarily baseball players who are in college, aspire to play professionally, or are already pros. And the reason that you're still in pain isn't because you haven't worked hard enough, but it's because no one has taught you how to take care of your body on a root cause level until now. And no, I'm not talking about standing up straight with your shoulders back. I'm talking about how your joints align or are positioned with each one above and below it. If your joints are out of alignment at rest, they are definitely out of alignment under load as you're moving, like when you throw or swing. We work with pitchers who have been through multiple PT cycles and seen no long-lasting change, as well as hitters who don't rotate as efficiently as they once did, or guys that have just lost a step from the added wear and tear of injury over the course of their career. We also help guys who are velo chasing, where their body isn't set up to handle more velo because it can't transfer the force efficiently, which is what's needed to make those necessary velo gains. We've helped D1 guys, JUCO grinders, pro ball guys, and top level arms in high school, and they all have one thing in common. They're in pain, they're plateauing, and they don't feel like the guy that they used to be. You aren't broken, you're just out of position. Take Logan Evans, for example, a 12th round pick by the Mariners in 2023. His college numbers, if you look at them, weren't great, but he was dealing with low back pain, constant hamstring problems, as well as placing too much stress on his arm. Within 2 weeks of working together, Logan's back pain was gone. Within 5 weeks, his velo was 5 miles an hour higher in his bullpen, sitting 97. He went on to be the opening day AA starter for the Mariners and has since made his MLB debut. Logan's not experiencing back pain anymore because he finally addressed the true root cause, his alignment. Here's the problem with most treatment methods, is they're symptom-based in nature, meaning they target the pain. If you go to PT, they'll tell you to stretch or strengthen the area around the injury, which will provide short-term benefit, but the pain always comes back. Posture therapy doesn't target pain directly, it targets position. Because when your joints are out of alignment, the body is forced to compensate, and that's what places stress on these areas that lead to pain and injury. Let me show you what I mean. So when I say posture, I don't mean stand up tall with your shoulders back. We're talking about how these joints stack on top of one another. In the front view, we draw a vertical line halfway between the heels that runs straight up. In a perfect world, it should hit the belly button, sternum, and nose. So it shows us what's different left to right, as well as any elevation or depression out of the shoulder or hip. Most baseball players present with similar misalignments, but the severity is unique to each person because of the repetitive movement patterns and training that is similar across baseball. Those common misalignments are everted feet, external femurs, anterior pelvic tilt, lumbar extension, thoracic and cervical flexion, scap protraction, and an anteriorly hinged shoulder. From the side view, the line should go from the outside bony part of your ankle and run straight up through the knee, hip, shoulder, and ear. Now, there is not anyone that actually looks like this, but the idea is the further that we deviate away from this blueprint, the more misalignments that we have. Those misalignments cause movement compensations, and those compensations are what offload stress that result in pain or injury. So if the pelvis or the thoracic spine is twisted, it's going to alter how cleanly those joints can move, and that's what places the stress. So let's break this down with an example. Let's say that you have elbow pain. You're gonna go in, they're gonna try to stretch or strengthen the flexor in particular and maybe even needle it. But if the real issue is coming from the pelvis being rotated and the thoracic spine collapsing with the scap being unable to load, the arm is going to be forced to take on more work than what it's meant to. And if you're throwing 90 miles an hour or harder out of that position, it's not a matter of if your body breaks down, but when. The goal of posture therapy isn't perfection, it's functional symmetry. From muscle balance from left to right, front to back, top to bottom. It's about how efficiently can you transfer force without compensating. So here's how it works when you enter the program. You'll send us your 4 posture photos and we'll make a Zoom recording breaking down and explain to you what the misalignments are within your body, how those are impacting the symptoms and movement limitations that you're experiencing, so that you start to get a very clear picture for why your body is doing what it's currently doing and not doing ultimately what you want it to. From there, we'll build you a custom routine of exercises that are specific to your individual inefficiencies, so that you aren't wasting your time doing eyewash. These exercises are gonna retrain your body on how to stack appropriately and how to move in a cleaner pattern. You'll do your exercises daily and upload video of you completing every one of your exercises, where you'll receive feedback on the adjustments that you need to make when it comes to doing those movements. We reassess every 2 weeks because your body's gonna change very quickly going through this process. And we need to stay ahead of the curve at that rate of change so that you don't plateau or regress. The goal isn't to mask your pain, it's to eliminate the reason for why it keeps coming back in the first place. We don't only want to see you move better, feel better, and perform with higher levels of output, but we want to see you fix the compensating structure that you've played on your entire life. But most importantly, we do not take money from people that we don't help. If you do the work, you complete your exercises daily, you submit your exercise video for feedback, you respond to the coaching messages, and you show up to your calls, and there is no change in your photos or reduction in your symptom, we'll send you your money back and work with you for free until we get to that point. We are extremely serious about this, and if you show up and do the work, the result is inevitable. If you're interested in working with us, the next step would be to book a call through the link in the description. This is not a high pressure sales pitch. We want to jump on, get some more information about your goals, your injury history, and make sure that we're the right fit to work together. You've already tried the rehab, you've already tried the mobility drills, and you've pushed through the pain. And deep down, you know those things might help temporarily, but they're not a true long-term fix. If you're ready to stop guessing and start fixing the one thing that nobody has ever told you to look at, book your call. Let's build a version of you that doesn't need to manage the pain anymore. You've tried everything else. It's now time to try the one thing that'll actually help you.